You know that sick, triumphant feeling when you catch someone red-handed and they know you've got them? Yeah. Multiply that by the entire fourth floor of a luxury resort, watching your husband's soul leave his body in real time. But let me back up, because the setup here is chef's kiss levels of perfect. My name's Daphne. I'm 34, digital marketing manager at a mid-sized marketing agency in Austin, Texas. And until 3 days ago, I thought I had a decent marriage. Not fireworks and poetry decent, but solid, comfortable. The kind where you split the mortgage, alternate who unloads the dishwasher, and pretend his snoring doesn't make you fantasize about separate bedrooms. Pierce, my husband of 8 gloriously mediocre years, works in corporate sales for a pharmaceutical company. 40-hour weeks, quarterly bonuses, company car with GPS tracking for mileage reimbursement purposes. That last part? That's going to be important in about 30 seconds. Here's what you need to know about Pierce. He's 36, thinks deleting browser history makes him a cybersecurity expert, and has the emotional depth of a parking lot puddle. Good-looking enough. Tall, decent jaw, hair that's holding on for dear life. But personality-wise? Imagine if oatmeal could wear khakis. We don't have kids. We talked about kids. We made Excel spreadsheets about kids. But somehow, 8 years vanished into, let's wait until we're more financially stable. And maybe after the kitchen renovation and other lies people tell themselves when they know deep down their marriage is running on fumes and denial. No parents in this story either. Mine retired to Florida 3 years ago and only surface for holiday guilt trips. And Pierce's folks passed before we even met. It's just us. Well, was just us. Now, let me set the scene for you. Friday, April 12th, 2 p.m. I'm in my home office wrapping up a client presentation when Pierce texts me from his company Audi. Heading to that leadership retreat in Hill Country, babe. Gonna be offline all weekend. Intensive workshops, team building stuff. You know the drill. Love you. Attached. A photo of the Hill Country Resort and Spa entrance. Very convincing. Except for one tiny, beautiful, damning detail. 6 months ago, back in October, after Pierce accidentally left his phone unlocked, and I saw some interesting message previews from a contact saved as Dave from Compliance, I may have logged into the company fleet management system and set up location alerts for his car. You know, just in case he ever got lost. For safety. Because I'm a caring, attentive wife like that. And what did my handy little tracking app show at 2:07 p.m.? Pierce's car pulling into the Hill Country Resort parking lot. At 2:43 p.m., still there. At 3:15 p.m., you guessed it, parked in spot C47 like it was settling in for a romantic weekend. Now here's where most people would spiral. Call their mom, drink wine, cyberstalk the situation from home like a rational human being. But I've been doing digital marketing for 11 years. I know exactly how long it takes for content to go from private moment to career-ending evidence. And I had a feeling. So at 3:30 p.m., I packed an overnight bag. Cute sundress, sandals, phone charger, portable charger, because I'm not an amateur, and my professional-grade ring light that I definitely wasn't planning to use for anything specific. Just a spontaneous solo spa weekend, right? Self-care. Treat yourself. All those Instagram captions we pretend to believe. The drive from Austin to Hill Country took exactly 93 minutes. I checked into the resort at 5:47 p.m. using my personal credit card, not our joint account, because I'm not financing my own surveillance operation on our dime, and asked for literally any available room. The desk clerk, sweet kid named Monica, with a name tag featuring far too many service stars, gave me room 318, 3rd floor. Perfect. Are you here for the corporate events? Monica asked cheerfully, typing away. Something like that. I smiled. Actually, my husband mentioned his company was hosting a leadership retreat here this weekend. Pierce Whitmore? I thought I'd surprise him. Her face did this tiny micro-expression thing. You know that flash of, oh no, I know something awkward that service workers try desperately to hide? Yeah, that. Oh, I'm not sure about specific guest names, but there are several events happening. You could check the conference schedule in the lobby? Translation. Girl, I've seen your husband, and baby, you might want to sit down for this. I thanked her, took my key card, and wheeled my bag to the elevator. But I didn't go to my room. Not yet. Because if Pierce was here for a retreat, he'd eventually surface. Lobby bar, restaurant, pool, gym, wherever cheating husbands pretend to be innocent. And I had time. All weekend, technically. The Hill Country Resort is one of those sprawling limestone properties that tries very hard to be rustic luxe. Lots of exposed beams, terracotta tiles, hill country wine everywhere, and a lobby that smells like cedar and expensive regret. 4 floors, central atrium, glass elevators overlooking the whole scene. Very dramatic. Very observable. I spent the first hour roaming, checked the conference room directory. No corporate events listed for Pierce's company. Shocking. Grabbed a glass of Pinot Grigio at the lobby bar. Needed it. Positioned myself on a leather couch with a clear view of the elevator banks. 6:30 p.m., nothing. 7:15 p.m., still nothing. 7:52 p.m. I'm 3 chapters into a thriller novel I'm not actually reading when I decide to do another lap of the property. I get in the elevator, press 4 at random, just gonna peek at the conference level, maybe spot something useful. The doors start sliding closed, that soft pneumatic hiss, and I'm mentally preparing my next move when someone hits the call button outside. The doors reverse, reopen, and there they are. Pierce, Bermuda shorts, linen shirt unbuttoned just enough to show off his, I occasionally go to the gym chest, holding 2 champagne flutes, tanned like he's been poolside all afternoon instead of in intensive workshops. Next to him, Sloan Mercer, the executive coach his company hired last quarter. The one I met at the July 4th company BBQ, where she spent 20 minutes telling me about her holistic approach to leadership development, while I pretended her hand wasn't resting on Pierce's shoulder for 14 seconds too long. She's wearing a coral sundress that absolutely did not come from any conference room. Hair perfectly blown out. Smile frozen mid-laugh at something Pierce just said. They step into the elevator, eyes forward, not even glancing at who's already inside. Then Pierce's peripheral vision kicks in. He turns his head. Our eyes meet. And I watch, in gorgeous, cinematic slow motion, as every drop of color drains from his face like someone pulled a plug. His mouth opens, closes, opens again. The champagne glasses start trembling in his hands. Sloane's still laughing at whatever he said 3 seconds ago, then notices he's gone catatonic. She follows his stare, sees me. Her face goes crimson. The elevator doors slide shut. We're trapped. All 3 of us. Soft jazz music playing. 4 floors to go. I smile. Not a nice smile, the kind where your teeth show but your eyes promise violence. Raise my phone, already recording, and say, "Hey honey, surprise. How are those leadership workshops going? These the new team-building exercises they're teaching? Because this looks super intensive." Pierce makes this sound. Something between a cough and a dying animal. "Daphne, this isn't, we were just what, baby? Just grabbing champagne? Just heading back to your room? Wait, sorry, whose room exactly?" Sloane tries to hit the door open button. Too late. We're moving. 4th floor, here we come. With the world's most uncomfortable elevator ride since someone invented elevator small talk. "Daphne, listen." Pierce starts, but I hold up one finger. "Shh, I'm recording. Don't interrupt the content." I angle my phone to capture both their faces, Pierce's panic-stricken expression and Sloane's desperate attempt to become invisible. "So, Sloane, executive coaching, that's what we're calling it now?" She opens her mouth, closes it, settles on. "This is a misunderstanding." "Oh, totally. I constantly misunderstand champagne and resort wear as professional development. My bad." The elevator dings. 3rd floor. Doors open. An elderly couple starts to enter, takes one look at the tension radiating off us like nuclear fallout, and decides to wait for the next one. Smart people. Doors close. We continue up. Pierce sets the champagne flutes on the elevator handrail. Carefully, because even mid-affair he's worried about spilling on hotel property, and tries a different approach. "Babe, I can explain. We were just... Sloane's been helping me with some career strategy sessions, and we came here to... To what? Role-play leadership scenarios?" Practice your presentation skills horizontally? His jaw tightens. There it is. That flash of anger when he realizes his usual tactics aren't working. You're being unreasonable. This is a professional retreat. Then where? I zoom in on his face. Is literally anyone else from your company? Where's your badge? Your conference materials? Your pants that aren't beachwear? Fourth floor. Ding. Doors open onto a hallway where 3 other couples are coincidentally waiting. Their conversation dies instantly as they absorb the scene. Me with phone raised. Pierce looking like he wants the marble floor to swallow him. Sloane practically vibrating with humiliation. Evening, folks? I wave cheerfully. Don't mind us. Just catching my husband at his leadership retreat. Very hands-on curriculum. Pierce grabs my arm. Not hard, but firm enough that my marketing brain goes, oh, that's definitely on camera. Daphne, stop. You're making a scene. Am I? Because it looks like you made the scene. I'm just the documentarian. I pull my arm back, step out of the elevator. By the way, what room are you in? I'd love to see this career strategy set up. Bet it's got king-size flip charts. Sloane finally finds her voice. Pierce, I'm going to go. Yeah, you do that. I turn the camera on her. Quick question, though. Does his company know their executive coach is coaching executives out of their marriages? Or is that like an upsell package? She practically runs down the hallway. Pierce looks at me with this expression I've never seen before. Raw fear mixed with rage. Like he's just realizing he married someone who won't conveniently fall apart on cue. Give me your phone, he says quietly. Absolutely not. Daphne, I'm serious. Delete that video. Or what, Pierce? You'll leave me? Because newsflash, I lean in close. You kind of already did that. Just forgot to mention it. He deflates. Right there in the 4th floor hallway of the Hill Country Resort, my husband of 8 years deflates like a punctured pool float. How long have you known? Known? I had suspicions for 6 months. But proof? I check the video timestamp. 1 minute 47 seconds. What are you going to do? That's the question, isn't it? What does the wronged wife do when she catches her husband red-handed, sun-tanned, and champagne-equipped with his extracurricular activity? Most women cry, call their mom, rage privately, file for divorce quietly. I'm not most women. I'm a digital marketing manager who understands virality, timing, and audience psychology. I know exactly what moves the needle, what makes content stick. So I look at Pierce, really look at him, maybe for the first time in years, and I see what I should have seen months ago. The man who checks his phone during dinner, who works late but comes home smelling like expensive hotels, who suggested separate bank accounts for autonomy, and hasn't touched me in 4 months. The man who thought I'd be home crying while he lived his best resort life. What am I going to do? I smile. I'm going to my room. You enjoy your retreat. I turn, start walking toward the elevator, then pause. Oh, one more thing. I open WhatsApp, find the Whitmore family group chat. 47 members, including Pierce's 2 brothers, their wives, his aunt who never stops posting Bible quotes, his cousins, second cousins, and that one uncle who only surfaces for borrowed money and weddings. I upload the video. Caption it. Pierce's leadership retreat is going great. Hit send, walk away. Behind me, I hear Pierce's phone start exploding with notifications. Buzz, 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 buzz. A symphony of digital judgment. Daphne, no! He's sprinting toward me, phone in hand, face going from white to purple. Delete that. Delete it right now. Can't. Already sent. You know how group chats are. Screenshots everywhere within seconds. His hands are shaking as he scrolls through the responses already pouring in. Brother Marcus, what the hell? Aunt Linda, Pierce David Whitmore, you better call me. Cousin Rachel, I knew something was off at Christmas. Brother Tyler, Mom would be so disappointed. Cousin Jeff, bro, that's your wife filming this? 47 people, 47 witnesses, 47 sources of family accountability that Pierce just lost in under 30 seconds. The elevator arrives. I step in, press lobby. Pierce tries to follow, but I hold up my hand. This one's full. Try the stairs. I hear they're great for leadership development. Doors close on his face mid-protest. Alone in the elevator, descending, I watch the notification count on my own phone climb. 32 missed calls from Pierce's brother Marcus. 17 texts from Aunt Linda. A voice message from Tyler that starts with, "What the hell happened?" My phone rings. Pierce. I decline. Rings again. Decline. Third time? I answer. "If you delete that video right now, we can work this out." Work what out, Pierce? Your lies? Your affair? The fact that you're vacationing with your side piece while I thought you were improving yourself professionally? She's not my... He stops. Realizes there's no good way to finish that sentence. It just happened. Things don't just happen. You don't just book a resort room, just pack vacation clothes, just order champagne. You plan. You choose. You just didn't choose honestly. Silence. Then, what do you want? The elevator reaches the lobby. Doors open to the same atrium I sat in an hour ago, nursing Pinot Grigio and pretending to read. Now Monica the desk clerk is pretending very hard not to look at me while absolutely looking at me. What do I want? I repeat Pierce's question into the phone. I want you to understand something. For 8 years, I thought we were building a life. Turns out you were building an exit strategy. So congratulations, Pierce. You're free. Daphne, please. Oh, and one more thing. That video? It's not just on the family chat. What? Check your LinkedIn. I hang up. Because yes, I also posted it to LinkedIn. Tagged his company, his department, and Sloan's executive coaching business page. Complete with caption. Interesting approach to professional development. Highly immersive. Is it petty? Absolutely. Is it justified? You're damn right. Will it go viral? Already has. Notification shows 84 shares in 3 minutes. I walk back to the bar, order another Pinot Grigio, and open my laptop. Time to secure some things before Pierce thinks to freeze accounts or hide assets. The bartender, name tag says Derek, slides my wine over with a knowing look. Rough night? Actually, Derek. I raise my glass. It's the best night I've had in years. Behind me, the elevator dings. Pierce stumbles out, phone pressed to his ear, looking like a man whose entire life just imploded in real time. Fair assessment. Saturday morning, 7:43 a.m. I wake up in room 318 to 287, unread messages and a hangover that's purely emotional because I stopped at 2 glasses of wine last night. Self-control. Look at me. Being responsible during my marriage's death throes. The messages break down like this. 94 from Pierce, ranging from, "We need to talk," to "You're destroying my career," to "I still love you." That last one sent at 3:47 a.m., probably drunk. 63 from various Whitmore family members. 41 from my friends who somehow found out. Thanks, social media algorithms. 18 from numbers I don't recognize. Journalist requests. Apparently, pharmaceutical sales infidelity is slow news day gold. 71 LinkedIn notifications. The video has 847,000 views. 847,000. I sit up in bed, read that number again, and laugh. Not a cute laugh. The kind that sounds slightly unhinged and would concern my therapist if I had one. My phone rings. Pierce. Again. I let it go to voicemail. He's called 36 times since last night. I've answered 0. Instead, I open my laptop and do what any scorned wife with digital marketing expertise would do. I audit my financial situation. Because here's what Pierce doesn't know about me. I'm good at my job. Like, really good. I've spent 11 years optimizing conversion funnels, tracking user behavior, and predicting outcomes based on data. You think I didn't apply those same skills to my marriage the second I got suspicious? October, 6 months ago, when I first saw those texts from Dave from compliance, who, spoiler alert, is definitely not named Dave and definitely doesn't work in compliance, I started documenting everything. Screenshots of weird charges on our joint credit card, GPS location logs from his company car, calendar inconsistencies between what he told me and what his Outlook calendar showed when I accidentally saw his laptop open. I also quietly moved money. Nothing illegal. Just redirected my direct deposits to my personal account instead of our joint one. paid my car note, my phone bill, my gym membership separately, built a cushion. By November, I had $15,000 in my personal savings. By February, $28,000. By April, $43,000 that Pierce has zero access to. Turns out when your husband insists on paying most of the shared bills because he wants to be the provider, mortgage, utilities, groceries, his ego trip, you can quietly stack quite the exit fund while he thinks he's being generous. I just let him feel like the big man while I planned my escape. I also, and this is where being petty meets being practical, printed every suspicious credit card statement, every contradictory calendar entry, every location report that showed him at hotels when he claimed to be at client meetings, built a folder, labeled it Pierce's Career Development, stored it in my desk drawer at home. Now, sitting in this resort room while my husband's life implodes one notification at a time, I pull up our joint accounts, check the balances, make a quick transfer of my remaining 50% to my personal account. Completely legal during a marriage, by the way. Texas is a community property state, which means I'm entitled to half of everything. I'm just exercising my rights a little early. My phone buzzes. Text from Pierce's brother Marcus. "Daphne, call me please. I know my brother is an idiot, but can we talk before this gets worse?" I type back, "Marcus, I appreciate you, but your brother made his choices. I'm just making mine visible." Another text, this time from Sloan. "I didn't even know she had my number. Daphne, I'm so sorry. This wasn't supposed to happen like this. Can we talk? Woman to woman?" I stare at that message for a solid 15 seconds. Woman to woman. Like we're in some sisterhood of understanding instead of a triangle where she played the other point knowingly. I don't respond. There's literally nothing she could say that would make this better, and I'm not wasting energy on someone who used professional networking to home wreck. What I do is check LinkedIn again. The video now has a response from Pierce's company. One of those vague corporate statements. "We are aware of a situation involving employees and are conducting an internal review. We take professional conduct seriously." Translation: Pierce and Sloan are being investigated, possibly suspended, definitely having the worst Monday morning of their careers in 72 hours. The comments section is gold. This is why I don't trust corporate retreats. That elevator video is getting shown at every HR training now. She said king-size flip charts. I'm deceased. The way he tried to grab her arm. Ma'am, you won. 847K views and climbing. Her marketing degree is working. I screenshot the best ones. For posterity. My phone rings again. This time it's Aunt Linda from the Whitmore family. I actually answer this one because Aunt Linda is 72, makes phenomenal pecan pie, and never liked Pierce's lack of church commitment anyway. "Daphne, honey, are you okay?" "Hi, Aunt Linda, I'm processing. That boy is a fool. His mother would have knocked sense into him with a wooden spoon." I smile despite everything. "I appreciate that. Listen, baby, I know you're hurting, but whatever you need, lawyer recommendations, a place to stay, someone to testify about his character, I'm here. That video showed me everything I needed to know. You don't blindside your wife like that." We talk for 20 minutes. She gives me her divorce attorney's number. She's been widowed for decades but apparently kept excellent contacts. Tells me that Pierce called her at midnight crying, and she told him to pray about his choices and maybe learn some accountability. When we hang up, I feel something unexpected. Relief. Not happiness, I'm not delusional, but relief that at least some of Pierce's family sees through his excuses. My phone pings. Email from my boss, Vanessa. Subject: saw the LinkedIn post. "Daphne, first, I'm so sorry. Second, that video has 900K views now and the engagement metrics are insane. Third, if you need time off, take it. Fourth, when you're ready, let's discuss leveraging your newfound viral marketing expertise. You just demonstrated real-time crisis management and audience engagement better than most campaigns we run. Proud of you. V." I read it twice. Then laugh. Then cry. Then laugh again. Because apparently I just accidentally marketed my own divorce into viral territory, and my boss wants to monetize the lessons learned. Texas, baby. Everything's bigger here, including the public humiliation of unfaithful spouses. Another text from Pierce. Sloan and I are being put on administrative leave pending investigation. Are you happy now? I type back. I wasn't trying to make you unemployed, Pierce. I was trying to document the truth. Not my fault, the truth has consequences. Him. You posted it to my company page. Me. You brought your affair partner to a luxury resort on company time. I just connected the dots publicly. Him. This is vindictive. Me. No, Pierce. Vindictive would be posting the credit card statements showing every hotel you've taken her to for the past 6 months. Vindictive would be sharing the texts you thought you deleted. Vindictive would be telling your clients exactly why you're suddenly unavailable. This is just honesty with audience reach. 3 dots appear, disappear, appear again, then nothing. I set my phone down, open my laptop, and start drafting an email to a divorce attorney in Austin that Aunt Linda recommended. Subject line: Spousal infidelity with digital evidence. By noon, I have a consultation scheduled for Monday at 10 a.m. By 1 p.m., I've checked out of the Hill Country Resort, driven back to Austin, and started packing Pierce's belongings into trash bags. Not garbage bags. Actual heavy-duty moving bags because I'm angry. Not irrational. By 3 p.m., his clothes are in the garage, his toiletries in a box, his precious golf clubs leaning against the garage door. By 5 p.m., I've changed the locks. Legal? In Texas, during a marriage, technically no. But also, Pierce isn't dumb enough to call the cops and explain why his wife changed the locks after catching him mid-affair on camera. And by 7 p.m. Saturday night, exactly 24 hours after the elevator doors opened, I'm sitting on my couch, in my house, drinking wine that I paid for, watching my viral video hit 1 million views. Pierce texts, "Where am I supposed to go?" I reply, "I hear the Hill Country Resort has availability. Great champagne service." Then I block his number. Not forever. Just until Monday when my attorney can tell me the smart way to communicate. For now, I'm done talking. The video said everything that needed saying. Monday, April 15th, 10 a.m. sharp. I'm sitting across from Patricia Vega, divorce attorney, 58 years old, wearing a power suit that costs more than Pierce's monthly car payment, and radiating the kind of competence that makes you understand why her retainer is $5,000. Worth every penny. So, Patricia reviews her notes. You've been married 8 years, no children, no shared property, except the house which you purchased before marriage, and he was added to the deed 3 years ago. You have documented evidence of adultery, financial statements showing separate accounts you wisely established, and she pauses, looks up with the faintest smile, a viral video with 1.2 million views that establishes infidelity, timeline, and witnesses. That's correct. Ms. Fletcher, I've been practicing family law for 31 years. This is the most documented infidelity case I've ever seen. Your marketing background is showing. I don't know whether to laugh or cry, so I do neither. What happens now? Now? We file. Texas allows for fault-based divorce on grounds of adultery. Given your evidence, we can request the house, a larger share of community assets, and potentially spousal support depending on his income versus yours. She flips through more papers. His administrative leave from work helps our case, demonstrates professional consequences of his behavior, potential loss of income, instability. I don't want to destroy him, I say, surprising myself. I just want out, fairly. Patricia studies me over her reading glasses. Fair would be you keeping the house you bought, taking your half of shared savings, and walking away clean. Fair would also be making sure he doesn't get to rewrite this narrative later. Which one matters more to you? The second one, because I know Pierce. By next week, he'll be telling people I overreacted, that it wasn't serious, that I sabotaged his career out of spite. Then we document everything, file publicly, make sure the record is clear. We spend 90 minutes building the case. She's particularly interested in the GPS logs showing hotel visits that coincide with client meetings on Pierce's calendar. Apparently, that's something called pattern of deception, and judges love it. By noon, divorce papers are drafted. By 2 p.m., a process server is delivering them to Pierce's temporary residence, his brother Marcus's house, because karma is delicious. and Pierce has to explain himself daily to family. My phone stays silent. I blocked Pierce's number Saturday, so he can't text me his panic. But Marcus sends me a heads up. Server just left. Pierce is not handling it well. Just FYI. I don't respond. There's nothing to say. Tuesday morning, I'm back at work. My boss, Vanessa, calls me into her office. How are you holding up? I'm functional. Good, because I have a proposition. She pulls up something on her laptop. That video, the engagement metrics are insane. Authenticity, real-time documentation, emotional resonance. We have 3 clients asking if we can replicate that kind of organic reach. I blink. You want me to market divorces? God, no. But I want you to lead a workshop on crisis communication and authentic content. Real-life case study. Your story, your choice on how much to share. But the strategy behind what you did, whether intentional or not, is textbook viral marketing. It's absurd. It's also kind of brilliant. I'll think about it. Take your time. But Daphne, you just turned a personal crisis into a professional case study. That's next-level resilience. Wednesday, Pierce's attorney contacts Patricia. They want to discuss terms and avoid lengthy litigation. Translation. Pierce realizes he has zero leverage and wants to settle before his company decides whether to fire him outright. We meet Thursday. Both sides, both attorneys, conference room that smells like expensive leather and desperation. Pierce looks terrible. Dark circles, wrinkled shirt, the kind of exhausted that comes from confronting consequences instead of outrunning them. Sloan isn't here. According to office gossip, courtesy of a former co-worker who still talks to people at Pierce's company, she was fired Monday. Her executive coaching business lost 4 clients by Wednesday. Her LinkedIn profile is deactivated. Pierce's attorney, a tired-looking man named Gerald who I suspect took this case reluctantly, lays out their position. My client acknowledges the marriage is over. He's willing to agree to dissolution of community property per Texas law. He requests the opportunity to purchase Ms. Fletcher's equity in the house through refinancing. Patricia doesn't even look up from her notes. Your client was added to the deed of a house my client purchased independently. He contributed minimal down payment, and mortgage payments have been split despite my client earning more. He's also facing potential job loss due to behavior documented on video. His ability to refinance is questionable at best. Gerald shifts uncomfortably. He has family support. Family support that watched him commit adultery in high definition? That family? I almost feel bad for Gerald. Almost. We negotiate for 2 hours. Final terms. I keep the house. Pierce gets bought out of his minimal equity, $15,000, which is generous considering I could argue he contributed nothing substantial. We split the joint savings 50-50. He takes his car, his personal belongings, his mounting career problems. No spousal support either direction. Clean break. Pierce signs the papers without looking at me once. When everything's notarized, Gerald ushers him out quickly, probably sensing his client is 3 seconds from saying something stupid. Patricia hands me my copies. You just divorced a man in 11 days with documented cause, favorable asset division, and zero drama beyond what he created himself. I'm putting this on my website as a case study in preparation. I take the papers, feel their weight. 8 years reduced to legal documents and signatures. Ms. Fletcher, Daphne, can I give you some unsolicited advice? Sure. You did everything right here. Documentation, financial separation, legal strategy. But don't let this make you cynical. Most marriages don't end this way. Most people aren't Pierce. I know. Do you? Because that video, it's still circulating. You're going to be elevator divorce woman in some circles. That's a heavy identity to carry. She's right. But she's also wrong. I'm not elevator divorce woman, I say. I'm the woman who didn't cry quietly at home, who didn't let someone rewrite my story, who used the skills I've built professionally to protect myself personally. That's who I am. Patricia smiles. Good. Don't forget that. Friday evening, 1 week after the elevator, 6 days since I blocked his number, I unblock Pierce. One final text. Settlement signed. We're done. I hope you figure out what you actually want in life, but you won't figure it out with me. 3 dots appear, disappear. Then, I'm sorry, for all of it. You deserved better. Yeah, I did. That's the last thing I ever say to Pierce Whitmore. Saturday morning, April 20th, 8 days after this started, I'm drinking coffee on my porch of my house, scrolling through messages from Aunt Linda. She started a prayer circle for my healing journey, which is both sweet and excessive, when my doorbell rings. It's a delivery. Massive bouquet. Expensive looking. The card says, "To New Beginnings, the Whitmore Family Women." Signed by Aunt Linda, Pierce's brothers' wives, his cousins, even his second cousin who I met exactly once at a barbecue 4 years ago. My phone buzzes. Group text from that same collection of women. Thursday night, 7 p.m., Linda's house. Wine, stories, and welcoming you to the Survived a Whitmore Man Club. You're not alone. I laugh, cry. Text back, "I'll bring the wine." Because here's what Pierce never understood. He didn't just betray me. He betrayed the version of himself his family believed in. And they chose me. The video hits 2 million views that afternoon. Someone made it into a TikTok trend. Elevator confrontation energy. There are parodies, memes, a podcast episode analyzing the marketing genius of public accountability. I don't watch any of it. Don't need to. I already lived it. Already won it. Already walked away with exactly what I deserved. My dignity, my house, and a viral legacy that says what I never had to. Some truths speak for themselves. You just have to press record. 3 months later, July. I'm sitting on my back porch, the one I spent 2 years saving for, the one I designed, the one that's mine, watching fireflies do their thing while my neighbor's kids play basketball next door. It's 8:47 p.m. on a Thursday, and I'm drinking iced tea instead of wine because I've discovered something wild. I actually like being clear-headed. The video has 3.8 million views now. It died down after the first month, resurged when someone wrote a Medium article about digital accountability in the age of infidelity, then settled into steady background noise. I still get messages occasionally, mostly from women thanking me, some from men calling me vindictive, a few from marketing professionals wanting to pick my brain about viral content strategy. I respond to the women. Ignore everyone else. Pierce finalized the divorce in mid-June, exactly 60 days after filing, because Texas doesn't rush these things. Moved to Dallas by the end of June. Fresh start, new sales territory, probably new lies to tell new people. I heard through Marcus, who still texts me occasionally, which is weirdly nice, that Pierce is in therapy now, working on himself. Good. He needs it. Sloan? No idea. Don't care. Last I heard, she'd relocated somewhere out west and rebranded her business. The internet has a short memory for everyone except the most viral moments, and hers wasn't quite viral enough to stick permanently. Lucky her. The house feels different now. Lighter. I repainted the bedroom, went from that beige Pierce insisted was calming to a deep navy blue that actually makes me happy. Bought new furniture. Hung art I like instead of compromises we made. Turns out when you're not negotiating every decision with someone who's barely present, decorating is actually fun. Work is good. Better than good. I led that workshop Vanessa suggested. Crisis communication and authentic digital engagement. And it got picked up by 2 industry conferences. Apparently my accidental viral moment taught people about timing, authenticity, and the power of documented truth. Who knew betrayal could be a resume builder? I'm not dating. Not ready. Maybe not interested. The past 3 months have taught me that I actually like my own company. Like coming home to a quiet house, making dinner for one without apology, watching terrible reality TV without someone commenting on my trasts. Like not performing partnership when I don't feel it. Therapy helps. Dr. Morrison, 51, no nonsense, takes no insurance but worth every out-of-pocket dollar, has been unpacking 8 years of making it work and helping me see how much I minimized myself for someone who was barely trying. It's uncomfortable, necessary, clarifying. You know what's interesting? She said last session. You keep framing the elevator video as revenge, But it wasn't. It was truth with witnesses. There's a difference. She's right. I didn't post that video to hurt Pierce. I posted it because I was done being the only one who knew the truth. Done protecting his image while he destroyed our marriage. Done being quiet. The Whitmore Women's Group, which, yes, is a real thing now, meets monthly at Aunt Linda's. We drink wine, eat too much cheese, and talk about everything except Pierce and his brothers, who are lovely, by the way, but not the point. It's become this weird chosen family thing where I'm closer to Pierce's relatives than I was during the actual marriage. They've adopted me. I'm not giving them back. My phone buzzes. Text from Vanessa. Industry Awards nomination just dropped. You're up for Digital Marketer of the Year. Yes, partially because of the video. Yes, you should be proud. Yes, we're celebrating Friday. I read it twice. Laugh. Send back. Only me could divorce my way into a professional award. Her. You documented your truth, maintained your boundaries, and accidentally created a case study in authentic engagement. That's not luck. That's skill. Maybe she's right. Maybe the whole disaster was just me finally using professionally what I'd always had personally. The refusal to accept a narrative that doesn't match reality. The fireflies are out in full force now. My neighbor's kids are being called inside. The sky is that particular Texas purple-pink that makes you understand why people write songs about this place. I think about the woman I was 3 months ago, standing in that elevator, phone raised, watching her husband's face collapse in real time. She was terrified, furious, hurt in ways she didn't even have words for yet. But she was also done. Done hiding. Done pretending. Done accepting less than honesty. I'm proud of her. The video will probably outlive me at this point. Digital permanence is real, and the internet never fully forgets. But I'm okay with that, because it's the truth. Messy, public, unpolished truth, but truth nonetheless. And if someday my hypothetical future kids ask about their mom's viral fame, I'll tell them this. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is refuse to be quiet about someone else's lies. Sometimes pressing record is an act of self-preservation. Sometimes the elevator doors open exactly when they need to. I raise my iced tea to the fireflies, to the navy blue bedroom, to the women who chose me over family loyalty, to the attorney who made it clean, to the boss who saw opportunity in crisis, to the version of me who stepped into that elevator and walked out free. Here's to truth. Here's to boundaries. Here's to new beginnings that start with old endings. And here's to never, ever ignoring your gut again.